Mick.
Good to see you. It's been a few weeks.
Hi, Linkers.
Hey, Linkers. We're back together again.
I'm so glad that we're both here.
Oh, man,
hey,
me too.
what's all that?
Oh, I just got a bit of a stash of goodies.
Have you been raiding the lolly trolley? It looks very empty.
I think I might have been. But I thought I'd share some with you, Cal. Would you like one? What would you like? You can have a fizzer or any of these 3 Mars bars.
I might take a Mars bar.
Oh,
Thanks
amazing.
heaps.
That's so good.
Who are the rest for? Are you going to eat them all?
Oh, look, I'm not going to eat these ones. I want to give them to Mr. Clark over here. Mr. Clark looks like he would love some lollies. So I'm just going to give them to him.
Mick.
Yeah.
He's not real.
Yeah, well, he might just like the lollies.
You're going to waste those lollies on...
I'm not wasting them.
Well, you can give them to me.
No, you've already got one.
But what?
Get what you get, and you don't get upset.
I don't know if I like that saying very much.
That's fair.
Should we just start the show?
We probably should.
On with the show!
Hey Linkers, I'm Chelsea and I'm just going to pray with you guys, so please bow your heads as I pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for being with us today. Thank you that we can come and worship you together even though it is online. I just want to pray for all the Linkers out there. I pray that you will be with all of them and all their families too. God, I pray that as we live our lives that you'll be with us and protect us. Amen.
Mickey, it's time for a game. And I'm so excited because we have some beautiful friends to help us out with our game.
Friends.
Mick, what's our game called?
Our game is called Long Jump Challenge.
Long Jump Challenge. Are you ready? Are you ready all? Here's what you are going to do. On the ground are some markings. You may not be able to see them at home, but they are here. Trust me, there's a marking here. You're going to get the chance to try and jump to the other mark on the other side of the room. Now, there is a catch. The catch is this. You will each get a different length that you need to jump. Some of you will have to jump really far. Some of you will have to jump not very far.
But the trick is to land on your marking. And if you land on your marking, you get a prize, which is super exciting. Now, don't worry. If you kind of miss the mark, that's all right. You'll get a prize too. But try and aim to get that mark as best as you can.
That's all right. All right. I reckon we should introduce our special guests. Do you reckon that's a good idea?
I reckon we should.
All right. You start, Mick.
All right here we have...
Chelsea!
Hi, Chelsea.
And then we've got the lovely... Margot!
Hi, Margot. And over here we have the handsome...
Jay.
Caught him off guard there. The handsome Jay.
Amazing.
Contestants, do you think you're going to win?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a small jump, so I reckon I've got this in the bag.
Ooh, what about you, Margot?
I'd hope so. I'm going to try to.
Okay, what about you, Chelsea?
Well, mine's a little bit further, but I have really long legs, so I think I'll be fine.
Amazing.
Ooh, confident.
Well, let's give it a whirl to the challenge.
Congratulations, Jay. You made your mark, and so you have won the long jump challenge. How do you feel?
Oh, look, I feel pretty confident winning that jump. I think I'm going to get the biggest prize because no one else made their jump, did they?
Oh.
Well, you did very well, Jay, so you get a medal.
Round of applause.
A gold medal for Jay. Look at that, Olympic gold for
Beautiful.
The Link Jump Challenge.
Margot, how do you feel? You didn't quite make it, but how are you feeling?
I didn't reach my marker, so I'm a little bit upset, but I still hope that I get a nice prize.
Okay, let's see what you have won, Margot.
You get a gold medal.
Whoa, round of applause.
Yay, Margot.
And Chels, how do you think you went? How do you feel about it?
Look, I didn't reach mine either, and I'm very sad, but I hope I get a prize.
Would you believe it? You get a gold medal.
Hey! Looks like everyone is a winner.
Yeah. Oh, what's wrong, Jay? You look a bit confused.
What's wrong?
Well, I was the only one that made my jump, and I got the same prize as everyone else. Hold on, Cal. Isn't there a Bible verse, or even, I reckon, a Bible story that is just about this?
I think you might be onto something,
I think
Jay.
there might be about someone like getting the same amount for doing less work.
Should we investigate that, Mick?
Let's investigate that in our next segment. Cal,
Yeah.
it's time for the Wheel of Something. I feel like it's been a long time since we've done this.
It does feel
It
like a
does
long
feel
time.
like a long time.
Since we've both done it together. I mean,
Together.
last week. Yeah, no, it's
It's
been a
about-
while.
Yeah, Renee and I didn't do the Wheel of Something
No,
last week.
and then the week before in our Caltastic show.
Yeah.
I don't think I did do the Wheel of Something.
Interesting. Well, let's get into it today, shall we?
Give it a spin.
It's set. You know what it says, Cal?
I know, can't read from here.
It says Puppeteer Career.
Puppeteer Career.
What is
Wait.
that, do you ask?
I do ask.
A puppeteer career is when you make it your job to make puppets.
I see. Are we quitting our jobs and becoming puppeteers?
For the next 5 minutes, we are.
Let's go.
Whoa, look at all these puppeteer career supplies.
There sure is a lot of
A lot of
Supplies.
What are these stockings?
patios.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make 2 puppets
Oh, that's a great idea.
with 2 stockings.
I've made puppets before out of socks. I've never made them out of stockings before, but look at this. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I revealed too early. Oh well.
Hello.
Hi. Or
How are you?
Cal, I think it's safe to say that we should not give up our jobs for a puppeteer career.
Oh, but I like this.
Career. This is a fun career.
Well,
But we're not very good at it.
thanks for watching.
Wheel of Something.
Puppeteer.
Career.
Edition.
Well.
That's
Just a
a
couple
lot of
extra.
holes in the
It's a
ground.
lot of wells.
Well, right now we are here to tell the Bible story. Do you remember earlier how we had Chelsea and Margot and
Jay.
Jay come to play long jump at the link? Well, Jay said that he was reminded of a story in the Bible where there was a few people who got given the same prize when they did different kinds of work.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's time to tell that story. What do you
You should
think,
see if we
Cal?
should find it. What a great idea.
What a great idea. Well, I think we can't waste what we just made on the Wheel of Something.
I think you're right.
I think we need to bring our friends out to tell the story.
Oh no. Oh.
Your friend
lost
lost
my
an
hand.
arm. It's all
While
right.
I fix myself up, how about you see if you can find the story?
I'll see if I can find the story. Ooh. Well, our story today is found in Matthew 20. And ooh,
I'm just having a look.
just need to find Matthew 20. Matthew 20 verses. Oh, let's see if my friend here can turn the page. Matthew 20 verses 1 to 16. Would you like to read them, friends?
I'll give it a go.
Actually, how about you guys act out the story?
That sounds like a great idea.
Mr. Mannequin here can be one of the characters in the story.
One of the characters in the story. Amazing.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read, and then Mick and friends are going to help act out. All right. Matthew chapter 20, verse 1 to 16. For the kingdom of heaven is like the landowner who went out early one morning to hire workers for his vineyard.
Gotta find some workers for my vineyard.
Where are the workers?
I don't know.
I'll work for you.
I'll work.
I'll work too, and me as well.
He agreed to pay the normal daily wage and set them about their work.
Let's go work.
What are the workers doing?
I think they're harvesting.
Maybe. Harvest. At 9 o'clock in the morning, he was passing through the marketplace and saw some people standing around doing nothing. So he hired them, telling them he would pay them whatever was right at the end of the day.
I'll hire you and pay you whatever's right at the end of the day.
Oh, that sounds great.
So they went to work in the vineyard. At noon and again at 3 o'clock, he did the same thing.
I might go back to the marketplace, see if there's anyone else who wants to work. Would you like to work for me in the marketplace, in my vineyard?
Sure, no worries. I'd like some work.
And then he went back later at 3 o'clock. Hello, would you like to work for me in my vineyard?
Yes, please. That sounds like fun.
Great. At 5 o'clock that afternoon, he was in town again and he saw some more people standing around. He asked them, "Why haven't you been working today?" They replied,
you know.
"Because no one has hired us."
Because no one has hired us.
Oh, we're so sad.
The landowner told him, "Then go out and join my other people in my vineyard." So he hired them as
Amazing.
well. Man, he got so many people working in his vineyard. That evening, he told the foreman to call the workers in and pay them, beginning with the last workers first. So the people that he hired at 5 o'clock, they'd only been working for like 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
So he started with them. When those hired at 5 o'clock were paid, they each received a full day's wage. They'd only worked for an hour, but they got
That's
paid for the working the whole day.
Wow, that's so generous.
When those hired first came to get their pay, they assumed they would receive more.
I've been working.
I've been working the whole day.
He must be paying me much more than them because they only worked a little bit. Let's find out what happened. But they too received a day's wage. When they received their pay, they protested to the owner. "Those people worked only 1 hour and yet they were paid the same amount as me who worked the whole day in the scorching heat." Oh, doesn't seem very fair, does it? Let's keep reading. He answered one of them. This is the landowner answering them. "Friend, I haven't been unfair. Didn't you agree to work all day for the usual wage? Take your money and go. I wanted to pay this last worker the same as you. It isn't against the law for me to do what I have done with my money. Should you be jealous because I'm kind to others? So those who are last now will be first then, and those who are first will be last." And that is the story of the landowner and the workers.
What an interesting story, Cal. Thanks for
It is
sharing.
quite interesting.
Wow, that really was an interesting story about the landowner and the workers. What do you think it means by the last shall be first and the first shall be last?
That's a really good question. I've heard that before. I've heard some people say, "The last shall be first and the first shall be last." What I think it means is that when you do nice things for other people, when you're kind to others, you should do it with a humble heart. Being humble means you're not expecting something in return. Remember the man who worked the full day in the long heat? He said that he would work the whole day for a day's pay, and that's what he got. But then when he saw someone else who had been working for only an hour, who got the same amount as him, he was very cranky because he said, "They've only been working an hour, I should get paid more." But the landowner said, "No, you should be paid what you agreed to be paid. I'm just being kind to the man who worked an hour."
If we do something kind for someone else, that's amazing. You know, it's come from our heart. We want to do something kind for them, maybe to brighten their day or help them through a tough time. But we shouldn't expect them to do something back for us just because we've been kind to them. And this story, it also reminds me of Jesus. You know, have you heard of Jesus giving grace before? like sometimes we'll say grace before a meal, won't we, Cal?
Uh-huh.
And that's saying thank you to Jesus. But I'm talking about a different kind of grace.
Uh-huh.
So the grace that Jesus gives us is like an undeserved gift. It means that sometimes we make mistakes and we trip up and we don't do things as good as we should or could. But he still loves us no matter what, and he still wants us to be in heaven with him forever, and that's what grace is. Jesus says, sometimes you might make mistakes, but I'm going to let you come to heaven with me because you love me and I love you.
Mick, sometimes when you do the right thing or you do the kind thing, if you show grace to someone else, you're not always rewarded.
No.
Sometimes you may even get blamed for doing the wrong thing, even if you are doing the right thing.
That's tricky
and that's
sometimes.
what this last verse says. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. If you're the first or if you're the kindest, sometimes people won't treat you like you've done the right thing, and you may be treated like you're the last.
Like Cal said, the first sometimes become last because they're not very humble. But if you're like the last, or if you're being treated unfairly and someone comes and treats you kindly, then you'll feel like you've been put first and you'll feel like you're at the top of the world because someone's treated you so kindly. So in this story, let's remember that 1, Jesus shows us grace, and that's an undeserved gift because he loves us so much, and there's nothing that we can do to stop Jesus from loving us. But let's also remember to treat people kindly and be humble, because the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And when you help someone who's going through a rough time, or who might be sad, or maybe they've forgotten their lunch at school, or maybe they've fallen over, when you treat those people with kindness and humility, it could change their whole day. It might even change their life. Maybe you can show them some Jesus through your actions. That would be so cool.
And that, Mick, is a wrap.
A wrap.
A wrap.
Snap.
Clap. Snap.
Chap.
The show has come to a close for another week, but we have enjoyed being with you this morning
Back
or
together
afternoon.
as Cal and Mickey.
That's it. We hope you have had a great time too. If you've got a question, if you've got something you'd like to share, remember, flick us an email. We'd love to hear from you.
We sure would.
And until next week.
Till next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Leakers. Remember, stay kind and be humble.
See ya.
Bye.